Tonight on the America's Mart Football Report, it's week one of the high school football season, which means it's really the second week, but we're not going into that mess right now. In the first week, all of last year's champions opened with victories. Fayetteville, Greenwood, Parkview, Boonville, and Bigelow, all of the defending champions but one, that is. Harding Academy had a bye last week and will tee it up for the first time as a 5A team this Friday night. I'm David Wallace. Every team joins the party this week, though a few, with one game under their belts, have a bye. We have a few blockbusters to keep an eye on. Number 4 visiting number 3 in 7A, Boonville at Conway, and a 5A, 6A crossover, Camden Fairview at El Dorado. But don't worry, we'll get to your team too. You know why? Because we've got all the picks over the next half hour. Stay right there. The America's Mart Football Report starts now. Well, the season is picking up steam, and we're here for all of it. I'm joined again by Barry Grooms, the undisputed sage of Arkansas high school football, and we're backed by an entire team of dedicated pros from Hootens.com, including producer Bates Yoakum and executive producer Thomas Thrash. Let's get it going with a rundown of the Hootens.com 7A ranking. Right at the top, the 1-0 Fayetteville Purple Dogs after dominating at Cabot last week. Number 2, Bryant beat Benton by 10 in the Salt Bowl. Conway eased past Jonesboro with a good second half. The Wampus Cats check in at number 3. Then you have Bentonville at 4, followed by number 5, Pulaski Academy. Bottom 5 begins with Cabot. Bentonville West is number 7. West gave up 70 points last week to Greenwood. Little Rock Christian had a good defensive effort at El Dorado. Warriors are 1-0 and ranked number 8. Rogers at number 9, and North Little Rock checking in at number 10. Let's start out with picks from games involving members of the 7A West, and this first one is the game of the week in Class 7A. Number 4, Bentonville at number 3, Conway. Barry will tell us a little bit of detail on this one coming up, but the pick, Conway at home. Cabot is a road favorite at Bentonville West. Hootens.com likes Rogers Heritage to defend its home turf against Carl Junction out of Missouri. Other games involving members of the West, Springdale Harbor, a home favorite over Farmington. Hootens.com thinks Sportsmith Northside will be an underdog at Class 6A Greenwood. Greenwood is the number 1 team in that classification. Rogers is a road favorite out of state at Holland Hall, Oklahoma. And Springdale traveling to Van Buren, another 6A team, another road favorite. Games involving members of the 7A Central, number 5, Pulaski Academy, again playing in 7A for the first time this year. A road favorite out of state is Madison Ridgeland Academy in Mississippi. Number 2, Bryant should make it 2-0. The Hornets are also going out of state to Memphis Christian Brothers and are favored. Little Rock Southwest is an underdog at Lake Hamilton, and 6A's number 2 team, Shiloh Christian, travels to Little Rock Christian. The smaller division school is favored. Shiloh Christian gets the nod there. Barry, what do you want to tell us about in Class 7A?
David, it's that Bentonville-Conway game. This matchup has a December feel to it. Both teams loaded with playmakers. Conway had 469 yards of offense last week in a 21-point win over Jonesboro. Meanwhile, Bentonville dropped its home opener to a tough Tulsa Union team that could be playing in December for a state championship in Oklahoma. Coach Jody Grant saw lots of things he liked in that game, including Chris Ficklin at running back. He had 116 yards. This one's going to be a very tight game. Hootens.com thinks Conway just finds a way to win.
All right, Barry, let's head to Class 6A now and run down the Hootens.com rankings. Number 1, the defending champion Greenwood Bulldogs after dominating Bentonville West a week ago. Benton lost by 10 at the Salt Bowl but had a late lead, and the Panthers hang on at number 2. Then you have Shiloh Christian 3rd. Fort Smith Southside is 4th after the Mavericks rallied past Fort Smith Northside in the first week. Marion is at number 5. Jonesboro, the number 6 team this week, played well in a loss to Conway. Mountain Home is 7th. El Dorado 8th. The Wildcats led Class 7A's Little Rock Christian in the second half, but lost by a touchdown in week 0. Little Rock Catholic is 9th. And Sheridan, playing, of course, under Kevin Kelly now, are the number 10 team and the talk of 6A after hanging 44 points on Whitehall a week ago. We picked 15 of 16 correct a week ago, so let's keep it going. Fifth-ranked Marion welcomes a team from Class 5A, but a pretty good one, Harding Academy. This is the first meeting between these two schools. Actually, first regular season game against a 6A team for Harding Academy. Hootens.com going with the Wildcats on the road. Bologna, another road favorite at Sylvan Hills. Hootens.com picking Joe T. Robinson, another team traveling this week, as the Senators go up to Jonesboro and are favored. El Dorado, the number 8 team in 6A, welcomes Camden Fairview. Pretty good game here. El Dorado 8-2 in its past 10 meetings against Fairview. Hootens.com is picking El Dorado at home. Little Rock Catholic travels out of state to Frisco, Texas to face Nolan Catholic. This you could call the Catholic Bowl, but Hootens.com taking the home team, and the Rockets are the underdog there. 10th-ranked Sheridan got a blowout win in week 0 and traveled to Hot Springs Lakeside of Class 5A this week. The Yellow Jackets are favored to make it 2-0. In games involving members of the 6A West, number 7 Mountain Home at Harrison from Class 5A. Hootens.com going with the Bombers on the road. Greenville is a home favorite over Russellville, a game to be played Thursday night. It may have already been played by the time you hear this. But Siloam Springs is a favorite over Malvern. So that's Class 6A. Barry?
Mountain Home Harrison game sticks out, David. Harrison last week played Branson, Missouri, led 7-3 in the first half when the game was called because of lightning. The Goblins have had their way in the series with Mountain Home, but Mountain Home won last year in a shootout. Could be a similar situation. And speaking of shootouts, it may be the first team to 70 in Garland County when Sheridan visits Lakeside. Sheridan put up 44 points in the first half against Whitehall last week. Lakeside won 2 of the biggest 7-on-7 tournaments in the summer, so expect 500 yards of offense for both teams in this game.
There's the gun. That's the end of the first quarter. We're back with Class 5A after this.
I'm David Wallace for America's Car Mart. It's game day in Arkansas. Well, it's always game day at America's Car Mart. For more than 40 years, Car Mart has helped hardworking Americans get into quality used vehicles. Car Mart works hard to ensure customers drive away happy. They give customers peace of mind by keeping them on the road and helping them succeed. That's why Car Mart was named to Newsweek's list America's Most Trustworthy Companies for 2023. Car Mart, in your town or community near you, a proud sponsor of Arkansas high school football.
Not all college ends with a bachelor's degree. There are shorter-term programs that help students get to work in a profession they love. Best of all, Arkansas needs qualified workers in these high-demand fields: healthcare, industry manufacturing, and information technology. There are scholarships such as Arkansas Workforce Challenge and Our Future that will help pay for classes.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth, and you'll become a role model, mentor, and decision maker in any environment, at any scale. It's a challenging path, but along the way you'll sharpen your skills and show yourself and those around you exactly what you're capable of. Decide to lead at goarmy.com/officer.
You're listening to the America's Car Mart Football Report. We're back with you, David Wallace, in the America's Car Mart studios. And we're up to Class 5A now, where the top 10 on Hootens.com remained the same from a week ago. Led by number 1 Little Rock Parkview, the Patriots impressive in a win at Melissa, Texas. Harding Academy has yet to play. The Wildcats are second. Joe T. Robinson played well in a loss at Pulaski Academy. The Senators are number 3. Greenbrier is 4th, and Pine Bluff, which gave up only 14 points last week but lost at Millwood, Texas, is number 5. Valley View 6, Maumelle 7. The Hornets beat Sylvan Hills 36-zip last week. Searcy is 1-0 and number 8. Hot Springs Lakeside also unbeaten at number 9. Camden Fairview, after scoring 2 late TDs last week to beat Arkadelphia, checks in at number 10. Hooten.com 85% correct in Class 5A last week. Let's look at this week's picks. Number 6, Valley View welcomes number 8, Searcy. This is the Hootens.com game of the week. Barry will give us some details in a moment. I'll give you the pick. It's the Blazers of Valley View. Number 1, Little Rock Parkview traveling to 7th-ranked Maumelle. Hootens.com picking the Patriots of Parkview. Number 5, Pine Bluff will welcome Kimball of Texas. This game has been moved to Saturday at Simmons Bank Stadium at UAPB. Hootens.com picking the visitors from Texas. Whitehall traveling to Warren of Class 4A, and Warren is the pick there. Nettleton, a road favorite at BB. Jacksonville welcomes Lone Oak, another Class 4A team, but Hootens.com likes the lower division team, the Jackrabbits, to get that win. Watson Chapel is a road underdog, visiting another 4A team, Crossit. Now to games involving members of the 5A East. Wynn, trying to bounce back from an opening week loss, is favored at home over Forest City out of Class 4A. Batesville is a road underdog at Class 3A Newport. Greene County Tech, a road favorite at Pocahontas, another 4A team. And Paragould, traveling out of state to Kennett, Missouri, also gets the nod as the favorite there. All right, Barry, before we go any farther, how about some detail on those?
You just mentioned Newport, Batesville. Batesville played well last week at Searcy, but lost that game. Newport loaded with skill players. Keandre Barker had 93 yards rushing last week. Amani Wren returned to kickoff 75 yards for a touchdown. Newport probably has too much talent. Wynn at Forest City also sticks out. These are former conference foes. Wynn has picked up victories in 16 of the past 20 meetings between these teams. The game of the week is Searcy at Valley View. Both teams impressive in victory last week. Searcy ran the ball well with Curtis Goodrich and Ricky Love. Valley View forced 5 turnovers last week at Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I think that Valley View defense will be tough this week.
Let's go to the rest of Class 5A now. Barry, Hot Springs travels to Arkadelphia. Pretty good 4A team. Hootens.com, though, likes the Trojans on the road. Morrilton is a home favorite over Arkansas High, otherwise known as Texarkana High School. Hope entertains Nashville, a Class 4A team, and Nashville is the favorite. The Queen is the pick at Horatio. Queen looking for its first win since week 2 of 2021. And the only game we haven't picked among members of the 5A West is Pea Ridge going to Gentry, a Class 4A team. Hootens.com likes Gentry at home. Gary?
David, last week, Gentry rolled up a 3-point victory over a tough Stillwell, Oklahoma team. Bennett Roberts, a senior, played very well for the team. Led them with 13 tackles, had 110 yards of offense.
Class 4A is next on the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
I'm David Wallace for America's Car-Mart. Who's feeling the football spirit? America's Car-Mart proudly sponsors Arkansas high school football. Like our hardworking football players, the team at Car-Mart works hard to keep you on the road. Car-Mart knows that buying a vehicle is a big decision. That's why they take selling you a vehicle very seriously. When you shop at Car-Mart, they're there for you through the good times and the bad times until you drive away with the title to your vehicle. Save time at the dealership and start your car buying journey online at car-mart.com. America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road.
Going to college may not look the same as it has before, but you have the power to move forward. There are over 1,000 hands-on or online programs in Arkansas designed to put you to work, and they qualify for state scholarships and grants. Healthcare, education, computer technology, industry technology, and more. Take your next step forward. Visit explorearcareers.com with instructions.
Why do tacos get their own day of the week? Is it because Mondays are so rough, we need a Tuesday filled with beefy tortillas shared with good friends? If so, why don't we have Wellington Wednesdays, Stroganoff Saturdays, and heck, Meatball Mondays? Then, Mondays would just be another reason to enjoy our favorite beef with our favorite people. Together, we bring more. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
Courtesy of Beef, it's what'sfordinner.com.
Hungry on your way to the game? Satisfy that craving at Colton's. Throw those peanut shells in a bucket, grab a hot roll and butter. Then enjoy one of our hand-cut steaks or any of our mouth-watering entrees in a relaxed, casual dining atmosphere. With 14 convenient locations across the state, you're sure to find a Colton's near your Friday night football destination.
This is the America's Car-Mart Football Report. America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. We're down to Class 4A now. Let's run through the top 10 on Hootens.com. Number 1, the Warren Lumberjacks, after losing to Greenbrier last week and losing its starting quarterback in the process. Arkadelphia 0-1, but staying at number 2. Bauxite got a mercy rule win over Glen Rose, and the Miners are number 3. Elkins is 4th. Then Ozark is 5. The Hillbillies ran the ball well in an 18-point win over Clarksville. Bills checks in at number 6. Then you have DeWitt, 7th, after beating CAC by 24 points. Prairie Grove is yet to play, but checks in at number 8. Highland is 9th, 61 points in a win last week over Piggott. And Southside is number 10. Hootens.com correctly picked 84% in Class 4A last week. Here are this week's picks. Number 4, Elkins, welcoming Dardanelle in the Hootens.com Class 4A game of the week. Hootens.com is picking the Elks. Number 8, Prairie Grove is a road favorite at Sequoia of Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Gravett is the pick at Jay, Oklahoma. Lincoln also goes over to Oklahoma to face Westville. Lincoln has 10 wins and 1 tie in the past 17 years versus Westville. Make it another victory. Lincoln the favorite there. Green Forest, the home pick over West Fork, a Class 3A team. Berryville also entertaining another 3A team, Mountain View, and Berryville is the favorite. Stuttgart at home is the pick over CAC. Number 6, Mills at home is your favorite over Ashdown. Clinton is a home favorite over Heber Springs. Bald Knob, opening the season, goes to Melbourne, and the Bulldogs are favored. Mena is a home favorite over Hall Steam. Hootens.com likes Riverview at home, another team that has yet to open up, but Riverview is a favorite over McCrory of Class 2A. Now to games involving members of the 3-4A. 9th-ranked Highland going out of state to Mountain Grove, Missouri, and the Rebels are the favorite. Number 10, Southside, is another road favorite at Harrisburg, a 3A team. Gosnell playing at Rivercrest, former conference rivals here, with Rivercrest winning 3 straight in this series. Gosnell, though, the favorite in this one. Liveville welcoming another 3A team, Osceola, and the Seminoles are the pick there. Truman is a favorite at Walnut Ridge, another 3A team. Cave City welcoming a 3A team, Izard County, and the Cavemen get the pick. Here's a good regional rivalry. Jonesboro Westside entertaining Hoxie, a 3A team, and the Mustangs of Hoxie are the pick. Before we go any farther, Barry, do any of those games stand out to you?
David, let's hit on that Hoxie-Jonesboro Westside game. Hoxie has won 7 of the past 11 over Westside, including a mercy rule victory last year, but both teams are winless this season. We'll see what happens in this one. Of course, a big one up on the Red River. Clinton, Heber Springs. Clinton has beaten Heber Springs 13 of the past 22 seasons, the past 3 years by combined 106-60. This one's going to be close. Heber Springs play pretty good defense and special teams. And of course, the big one in Class 4A is Elkins, Dardanelle. Both teams impressive last week. Elkins put up 52 points at Miami, Oklahoma. Dardanelle dominated Hall Steam last week, 45-7. Junior quarterback Creed Vega, he was the top offensive threat for the Sand Lizards a week ago. They've got their work cut out at Elkins.
All right, thanks, Barry. Let's go through the other games involving 4A teams. Number 5, Ozark, goes to Boonville. A pretty good team from Class 3A, Hootens.com, picking Boonville, last year's Class 3A state champion, to win that game. Pottsville is a home favorite over Charleston. Waldron is a road underdog at Mansfield, another 3A team. And Dover, the same at Adkins. The Red Devils, another 3A team, but favored over Dover. Bauxite gets the nod at Monticello. Malvern goes to Glen Rose. Malvern has won the Brick Bowl 10 times over the last 14 years. Last year it was a 44-13 score, and this year the Leopards are favored again. Fountain Lake welcomes Smackover from Class 3A, and Smackover is the road favorite there. Hamburg is a home underdog to McGee. The Owls, another 3A team. Star City in the same boat. The Bulldogs welcoming a Class 3A team, and underdogs to Dumas. And Hootens.com likes Helena at home over Earl out of Class 2A. We'll take our final break, heading to the fourth quarter, and check out the lower classifications next on the America's Car Mart Football Report.
I'm David Wallace for America's Car Mart. You know, America's Car Mart is your number one fan when it comes to Arkansas high school football. And when you drive away in a quality used vehicle from Car-Mart, they're cheering for you all the way to the end zone. From purchase to payoff, Car-Mart is there for you. They'll work with you and your situation to find a payment plan that fits your budget. So go see for yourself why Car-Mart is different from all the rest. Stay connected by following Car-Mart on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and online at car-mart.com. America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road.
Not all college ends with a bachelor's degree. There are shorter-term programs that help students get to work in a profession they love. Best of all, Arkansas needs qualified workers in these high-demand fields: healthcare, industry manufacturing, and information technology. There are scholarships such as Arkansas Workforce Challenge and Our Future that will help pay for classes.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth, and you'll become a role model, mentor, and decision maker in any environment, at any scale. It's a challenging path, but along the way you'll sharpen your skills and show yourself and those around you exactly what you're capable of. Decide to lead at goarmy.com/officer.
We don't say it enough, but we're sure glad you take the time to tune in to the America's Car-Mart Football Report every week. We are rolling through the picks now and looking at Class 3A now. Here are your rankings on Hooten.com. Number 1, the Prescott Curly Wolves. Prescott manhandled Class 4A Crosset last week. Boonville is number 2. The defending champs beat Oklahoma Power Poto a week ago. Rivercrest is 3rd. Then you have Walnut Ridge at 4. Charleston, which hasn't played this year and opens its season this week at Possible, is number 5. McGee Owls are 6th. Newport is 7th, and the Greyhounds looked very talented last week at Mart 3. Osceola 8th. Salem is 9th after a nice win at Pocahontas. And Bismarck is number 10. All right, we'll start in West Arkansas and work our way eastward. Lavaca at home is a favorite over Paris. Cedarville, a road pick at Mountainburg. Number 1, Prescott plays at 9th-ranked Salem. Hooten.com picked Prescott before that game was played on Thursday night. You may be hearing this after the fact. Conway Christian going to Quitman, and Christian is favored there. Episcopal travels to Bearden, a Class 2A team, and Bearden is favored at home. Manila at home is an underdog to another 2A team, Mark Tree. Perryville is a road favorite at Hector. Hootens.com is picking Fordyce at Magnet Cove. Danville, another road favorite at Johnson County Westside. Cutter Morning Star making its return to 11-man football goes to Poen of Class 2A. Hootens.com likes the Indians at home. Two Rivers is a road underdog at Baptist Prep, another 2A team. Hootens.com likes 10th-ranked Bismarck traveling to Mineral Springs. Harmony Grove, Ouachita County is the favorite at Rison. Hootens.com is picking Falk at home over Murfreesboro. Parker's Chapel, a road underdog at Gurdon of Class 2A. Barton is the pick at Clarendon. Drew Central, playing down to Class 2A England at England, is the underdog in that one. Palestine Wheatley at home against another 2A team, Cross County, is also the underdog. Hootens.com going with Cross County.
David, that Cross County Palestine Wheatley could be a good one. Palestine's Week 0 matchup with Clarendon is a no contest because those teams only played in the first quarter. But this week has a big-time rivalry feel. Van Pascal's the coach at Cross County. He'll be coaching against his son, Tyler Pascal, Palestine Wheatley.
All right, Barry, let's get to Class 2A now in the Hootens.com rankings. Junction City in a familiar spot at number 1, followed by Carlisle at 2. Conway Christian is 3. Mineral Springs yet to play, but the Hornets check in at number 4. Bigelow is 5, and then your bottom 5 are Murfreesboro at 6, Mark Tree, Ross County, Hector, and East Poinsett County, 7 through 10. Hootens.com got 87% of our picks in 2A correct last week. Only a few games remaining to pick. Most 2A teams are playing 3A teams this week. We have a few left. Number 2, Carlisle, welcoming number 1, Junction City. You probably guessed that's the Class 2A game of the week. Hootens.com is picking Carlisle. Some might consider that a mild upset. Des Arc at Hazen. This is a rivalry game and usually close. Hootens.com picking Des Arc. Mount Ida is a home favorite over Spring Hill. Hampton going to Foreman. Hootens.com picks Hampton there. And in a battle of winless teams, Derrick's at home, a favorite over Mountain Pine. Well, for the first time this year, we've got a number 1 and number 2 matchup. Barry, how about that Carlisle and Junction City tilt?
David, Junction City lost by 10 last week to Ouachita County Harmony Grove. The Dragons fell behind 22-0 in that game, but rallied behind quarterback Talon Owens and Dominic Grimes out at receiver. Carlisle had a slow start against Drew Central, but pulled away for a 32-point victory. The Bison started freshman quarterback. His name is Ty Tanksley. He had 173 yards and 2 touchdowns in his varsity debut.
Thanks, Barry. Let's close things out with a look at top 12 sanctioned teams. We'll run through the top 5 for you. Number 1 is Strong. Then you have Rector at number 2. Cedar Ridge is 1-0 and ranked 3rd. Brinkley is 0-1, but hanging on at number 4. And Woodlawn is 5. Here are your top 4 unsanctioned teams. Corning at number 1. Subiaco Academy number 2. Marshall is 3rd. And Rosebud is number 4.
I'm David Wallace for America's Car Mart. Are you ready for game time with America's Car Mart? Just like in football, getting pre-qualified for your vehicle financing is like making a game-winning play before even stepping onto the field. Car Mart's easy online pre-qualification process is as fast as a touchdown sprint. Go to car-mart.com, fill out the secure form, and you'll know the amount you qualify for in minutes with no impact to your credit score. When you get pre-qualified, you'll own the game and save time at the dealership. So get ready to score big and make your car buying experience a total touchdown with America's Car Mart.
Going to college may not look the same as it has before, but you have the power to move forward. There are over 1,000 hands-on or online programs in Arkansas designed to put you to work, and they qualify for state scholarships and grants. Healthcare, education, computer technology, industry technology, and more. Take your next step forward. Visit explorearcareers.com with instructions.
Okay, I gotta pick up some beef for the cookout. Now what's good?
Let Tony make the call.
Tony Romo? What are you doing in a butcher shop?
Just something I picked up in the off-season. What's up?
I'm on my way to a barbecue. What should I bring?
Steaks, hamburgers, brisket.
Are those my choices?
That's your order. Beef is the best way to make your cookouts extraordinary this summer.
Thanks, Tony.
Another satisfied customer. All right, who's next? Beef. It's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
Courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com.
Hungry on your way to the game? Satisfy that craving at Colton's. Throw those peanut shells in a bucket, grab a hot roll and butter. Then enjoy one of our hand-cut steaks or any of our mouth-watering entrees in a relaxed, casual dining atmosphere. With 14 convenient locations across the state, you're sure to find a Colton's near your Friday night football destination.
Hey, glad you joined us for the America's Car Mart Football Report. We'll run it back a week from right now, but before then, you can get your football fix at Hootens.com. On game night, be sure to keep up with scores in real time on the high school scoreboard, powered by First Security and only at Hootens.com. Also on the site, a video feature on Bismarck quarterback safety Ben Keithley, First Community Bank Scholar Athlete of the Week. Don't forget to come back here next week at the same time for the America's Car Mart Football Report. I'm David Wallace. For Barry Grooms, we'll see you at the stadium.